Hello and welcome back. In this lecture, I will show you how to do code injection. Click on Help, Cheat Engine Tutorial, go straight to step 8. So click OK, click Skip, OK, skip. Keep on skipping until you reach. You will skip pointers. Go straight to 7, code injection. Now take a look at step 7, code injection. So what we're going to do is we are going to hack the instructions in memory to alter it. So we are going to alter it so that this button, when you click on it, instead of decreasing, it will increase. But before we can do that, first we will need to find out the address which stores this value. So let's do that. First we attach to the game. Then we assume this is an integer. So value type is 4 bytes. The scan type is exact value because we can see the number here. We enter the number, click first scan. Now we find 28 addresses that contains this value. We click on hit me to let it decrease by 1, and over here now we go and enter 97, and you can already see the result here. Most probably it's this, but let's proceed to the next scan. And true enough, this is the one. Now we will add this to the address table, and we want to find out what is the code that accesses this address. We right click, click on find out what accesses this address. It will attach the debugger, click on yes. So the debugger is attached. Now we click on this and we find a few instructions. Click again to make sure that we've captured all the instructions. Now we click stop. So this one, is it a read or write? Yes, this one is a read because the square bracket is on the right. This one, this is a write. This is a read, this is a write. How about this? This is a read, read, read. This is a write. Okay, this is a, every time you see a square bracket on the left, is a write. This is also write. Okay, but the one that we're interested in is either this or this. But how do we know which one? When we click on hit me, the number decreases. So this is the one because of sub. Sub stands for subtract. And here you can see clearly, subtract 1 from this address. So whatever value is stored in this address, you subtract 1 from it. So this is how you read it. And dword PTR stands for dword pointer, meaning that it is a 4-byte pointer. It is telling the program that EBX plus 004A4 is a 4-byte pointer. So a 4-byte pointer can store 4-byte values. So in this case here, whatever value is in there is being subtracted by 1. So we know that if the value is 94 and you click hit me, it will subtract 1 from the value stored in this address. So if the value stored was 94, it will now become 93. So now we want to hack this as instruction to modify it so that instead of -1, we want to add 2. That means when you click on this, it should increase by 2. So to do that, we select this instruction and then click on this show disassembler. So this is the instruction which deducts 1 from the value stored in this address. So in order to convert this into a addition, we must change this to add, and then this one must be 2. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So one way of doing that is to double click on this and change to add and change this to 2. But I will show you another way. We want to use code injection to do it. So to do that, we will go to tools and then make sure that this instruction is selected, because we want to bypass this instruction. So we are going to inject something here. Click on tools, go to auto assemble, and then in the auto assemble window, select the template, and from here choose AOB injection. AOB stands for array of bytes injection. Click OK. I will explain to you what is array of bytes. So where do you want to jump? What address do you want to jump? On what address? So this address here refers to this address here. Click OK. And what symbol do you want for the injection point? That means what symbol do you want to put over here? Click OK. So what this means is that you want to come to this line and jump to a code cave. A code cave is another region in memory which is blank, where you can write your injected code. So let's analyze this. So there are two parts here. You have the enable and you have the disable. The enable part is containing all the instructions you want to inject. The disable part is containing the code that you want to restore when you disable the script. When you enable the script, it will run all the enable part. When you disable the script, it will try to restore by running the disable part. Restore what? Restore the original code. So in this case here, this AOB scan means that you are scanning for this signature, these bytes. These bytes here, you can see from here, A3, AB, A4 and so on, which is here, A3, AB, A4. Why do you need to scan for these bytes? So that you can come to here and inject something. So the number of bytes here is determined by the uniqueness. Sometimes if you just scan for 2 bytes, there might be multiple bytes that contain this pattern. So when you include more bytes, then it becomes unique. There is only one location in the whole program that contains these unique bytes. So this unique bytes is called array of bytes, AOB. So this is a very powerful feature, because in hacking programs later you will find that some programs use an address randomization in order to prevent people from cracking it. So address randomization means every time when you run, the addresses are different. But you can defeat that easily by using AOB scan. AOB scan doesn't depend on the address. You can randomize address anywhere, anytime you want, but when you do AOB scan, you can still find the right place to patch, because it is not searching for addresses. It is searching for the pattern of bytes, and the pattern of bytes is always the same for the instruction. So if you're doing a sub followed by LEA followed by a call, then the pattern of bytes here will always be unique and you can always find it. That is why this is so powerful. Cheat engine can use for bypassing software protection, because this is one of the powerful features. So over here, so it will allocate new memory for you to inject. So when it comes to this line, it will jump. So you can see here, it will jump to new memory. New memory is whatever is allocated. So I will explain later. Now let us try to do this first. So what it does is, you want to replace this code with add. So you can comment it out like this. and in place of this you want to add your own. So you will copy this and put it here, and then here you will change this to add, and you change this to 2. So now when you are done that, you will click File, Assign to Current Cheat Table, and now you can close. The moment you click Assign to Current Cheat Table, you can see here, and you can double click this to give it a name. So maybe you can call it Inject. Just click OK, and then here if you want to see the code, you just double click the script and you can see it again. Alright, so now to enable this script, all you have to do is click on this, and notice when I click on this, what happens? You see that? You will jump to this address, right? And this address, when you right click, you follow it and you will jump to this region, and this is called a code cave. This is where you have empty blank space where you can inject your own code. So you're injecting these 2 code, right? If you click this, go back, you will see this is where you jump, and if you were to uncheck this, you will restore back the original code. Compare this with this, right? Now follow closely. Original code is this sub D word, yeah, sub D word. Now when you enable the script, what you are doing is you are injecting a jump new mem. Jump new mem is this. New mem is 001C followed by 40. So this is jump new mem. So jump new mem is allocated here. Allocate new mem. So when you jump new mem, you will jump somewhere down to a code cave, and then you will execute this code which you inject. Alright, so let's follow this, and you will see. Right click, follow, and see that? This is the code you inject in the blank space, right? And then when you execute this code, after executing, it will come to this part and jump return. So jump return, we jump back. So this is the jump return 275EA. 275EA is the original location of this code. So when you right click and follow this, you will go back. See that? The jump was here, and then this is where you return. You are returning to the instruction after this code. Okay? And then you continue the rest of the program. And then when you disable this, what happens is, when you disable, the disable section will execute and then write back the original code which was found in this location just before you jump. This one. So this bytes here is referring to this A3, AB, A4 and so on. It's referring to this A3, A4 and so on. So it's actually these instructions. So the disable will write these bytes. DB means declare bytes. Declare bytes is the same thing as writing bytes. Okay, when you put DB followed by these bytes, it means that you are writing these bytes into this memory location. That is the meaning of DB. So the effect of that is to restore the code that was originally there. Okay, and then just before you leave, you will unregister all the symbols that you have created. The inject here refers to the inject. See this? That is the symbol that you put to tell you that, okay, this is injected code. So inject is just a symbol to refer to the memory, the location where you want to insert your jump. That's the meaning of inject. It's just a symbol. And then when you uncheck this, the symbol goes away because you put back your original code. So whatever code you declare, you have to unregister. The effect of this is to register a symbol, and over here you register a symbol, and then here you unregister it, and then new mem was allocated here, and here is where you deallocate the new mem. So deallocate means you give back the memory to the program. So, and then down here, this is comment. So in the assembly, this is assembly by the way, the comment starts with the curly bracket, ends with the curly bracket. So this region of your script contains the history, snapshot of what was in original code in this region. So you can use this to refer when you're writing your script. Alright, so remember, whenever you write a script, you want to inject, put it in here under new mem. You can create multiple lines if you have more than one line to inject, and then the code here will contain the original code. If you don't want to code to execute, if you don't want an original code to execute, you would comment it out like this. 2/ means to comment it out. The effect is to know of it. Same thing. Alright, so now we are doing this. Let's see what happens when we enable this script. So when we enable this script, it will jump to this location, so that when you click on hit me, instead of decreasing by 1, it will increase by 2. Why? Because when you click hit me, it will come to this location. Let's go back to the origin location. Here, if you forget where's the location, you can always search for it. Alright, you can copy this address over here, and then come here, right click, go to address and paste it there. And that's where you are. This address. That's why this snapshot is important. Okay, so now when we enable the script, watch what happens. You get a jump, right? So when you click on hit me, it will come here and then jump to this location in the code cave. So you right click and follow it, and then in the code cave you add 2 to whatever is in this address. So whatever is in this address was, let's say 97 earlier, and then when you execute this instruction, it adds 2 to 97. That's why you see it goes up to 99. And then when you finish with this, it will jump back to the previous instruction. So you can follow this and it goes back. Alright. Another way you can analyze it is you put a breakpoint here. So right click and set breakpoint. You want to remove a breakpoint, you right click and remove breakpoint. You want to set breakpoint, you right click and you set breakpoint. So when you set a breakpoint there and you click on this, it will stop here when it hits a breakpoint. So when it hits a breakpoint here, it will stop here, and you see it is going to jump. So let's click on step over. When you click step over, it will execute this instruction. Watch what happens. See that? When I click step over, it jumps to this address. Right? And then now it's going to execute this. Alright? So when you click on step over, you execute it and you see the number here change. Okay, it hasn't updated yet. Alright, so now we continue step over again. It jumps back to the instruction after this. Continue step over. And then if you want to run all the way, just click run. And you see it has updated to 101. Alright, so this is how you can put breakpoint, step over, and analyze the behavior of the program. Okay, and let's see, what else am I going to say? Alright, so this is the register. You can see when the program is running, the various values in the register is here. Alright, we can run one more time, hit me, let it hit this one. So when it hits me now, it's going to jump, and the value of the register is like this. Let's step over one more time. It jumps here. So now here EBX, you can see 017 F6 F70. If we add this to 0004 A4, you should get this address. Alright? So at this address, it contains the value 101. So you can actually go there and take a look. You can right click on this address and go show in the browse this memory region, and then it will show you here, down here. Right, you can right click this and display the way I showed you in earlier lessons, display as 4 bytes, and you can see the value there, 101. Right, so at this address you're having 101. EBX plus this is referring to this address, which has got the value 101. Alright, let's step over, and now you see it has changed to 103. Whatever was here was 101. When you add 2 to it, to this address, whatever, it becomes 103. Okay, so this is very clear that this code injection works. And then if you click on run all the way, here also updates to 103. Alright, so in this lesson I've showed you how to do a lot of things. We have seen how to do an AOB injection, how to put breakpoint, and how to enable the step over, code stepping, and also how to enable and disable the script. So when you disable the script, you also disable it here. Right, so let's go back and remove our breakpoint. You can remove breakpoint, toggle breakpoint, no, not this one, sorry. You can view your breakpoints here, breakpoint list, and then delete breakpoint. So this is how you can remove the breakpoints from your script. Okay, so that's all. There's a lot of things here. Go and review this lesson again if you are a bit unclear, and you should be okay. Alright, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.